This video will cover alpha thalassemia, a quantitative defect in alpha globin chain production, which can lead to red blood cell disease. Let's anchor ourselves to the subject by looking at the name of the restaurant. It's Alpha Thai, and it of course represents alpha thalassemia. Next, why are there 2 copy machines in this restaurant? Well, it represents the fact that there are 2 copies of the alpha globin gene in each chromosome, for a total of 4 genes. Conveniently, there's a sign right there that says the operator needs to be 16 years old to use the copier, and this will help us remember that the alpha globin gene is on chromosome 16. Oh man, but why are these copiers so complicated? Now I need 2 people to operate them? This represents the fact that single gene defects are normally silent, but when 2 or more genes are mutated, it can become clinically significant. Let's take a break and see what's on TV. I'm tired of studying. Take a look at the channel that TV is set to. Don't those 3 letters remind you of MCV? Yeah, this represents MCV, and the MCV in these patients is normally low, which is represented by the TV being at low volume. Why does this guy look mad though? Looks like he's trying to be a big macho man and intimidate people. His macho attitude should remind us of MCHC, because if you shorten the word macho, you can sort of get to MCHC, right? The thing is that he's short, so that represents a low MCHC in these patients. He's even got his big trucks next to him to show how intimidating he is. Just like real life, right? Okay, don't get offended, big truck owners, just a joke. Anyways, the bulldozer represents large structural deletions, which is what leads to most alpha thalassemia alleles. Okay, there's a lot of overthinking going on in this image, just like my brain at any given time. The owner of this restaurant is worried about how she's going to pay for both of those copiers. This represents the alpha thalassemia 1 genotype, which is more common in Asians and will have both alpha genes within a chromosome 16 mutated. Moving on to her employee's thoughts. He's a good guy and he wants to help her pay at least one of those off. This represents alpha thalassemia 2 genotype, which is more common in African Americans and will have 1 alpha gene mutated within a chromosome 16. I wonder why there's a photo of a haunted house on the wall. We'll use it to represent hemoglobin H disease, get it? Because there are 2 H's and haunted house has 2 H's. In hemoglobin H disease, 3 of the 4 alpha globin genes are mutated. Another important point of HBH disease is that it can form beta tetramers since so little of alpha chains are being made. And this is represented by the 4 beta fish in the tank. Whoa, doesn't this character look like a certain TV show character? Yeah, that's him, and he represents hemoglobin Bart's, which is when all 4 globin genes are mutated. You know how he's always getting himself and others into trouble? Well, that represents the poor prognosis for these patients, with death occurring usually in utero or shortly after birth. And he's about to spill that bowl of water. The bowl of water represents hydrops fetalis, which is commonly seen in these patients. Look at that target. That's an easy one to remember. Target cells. Another easy one, the ketchup bottle. And this represents Heinz bodies, of course, which are most commonly seen in HBH disease. Lastly, look at those mints on the table. These are here to remind us of the Menser index, which is commonly used to differentiate between thalassemia and iron deficiency. This index is simply the MCV to RBC ratio, and a ratio of less than 13 favors thalassemia, while more than 15 favors iron deficiency. So of course, there's conveniently a number 13 right there next to our mint candies to help you remember this.